morning. I hope you're having a good day so far today. For me, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing because like I said yesterday, Thursdays for me are usually pretty calm. I don't know why that is, but I don't really have that much to do on Thursdays. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. It might just be a nice relaxing day. My plants look so funny over here because yesterday when I was taking care of them, I raised the plant light all the way to its tallest setting, and it makes them look really big, and I thought they were big yesterday, but now they just like, okay, those tomatoes have gotten kind of huge all of a sudden. I just wanted to say good morning, and I hope you're having a good day so far today, and I will see you in a little bit to let you know whatever I decide to get up to, but for now, yeah, I just wanted to say good morning.
I think I scared it. It's an inchworm. It was just inching along. Let's see if it'll do it. This is the bell pepper that I told you about the other day. Yeah, it is almost, I could probably harvest it now, but I want it to get a little bit more orange. And these two are the other sriracha peppers, which honestly I'm very much looking forward to. This one I could definitely probably harvest now, but I'm gonna wait a couple more days. And all these little guys are doing amazingly. Like, they are super healthy. I honestly need to harvest that basil quite badly. And then over in the garden, all the fall leaves. They're everywhere. Hello, maple tree. I did already come out here, but I wasn't paying attention and I didn't video, so I'm sorry. But this little guy had one tomato left on him, but he is not doing well at all, so probably coming close towards the end of his season. This little guy's still doing good, but again, probably close to the end of the season. I don't remember planting this one, so I think it honestly just kind of grew on its own, but it's doing quite well. This little guy is the one that I didn't think was going to make it at the beginning of the year because it was in such rough condition. That one's still doing good. Another little maple tree and a tomato that's doing really well. This tomato plant is doing absolutely amazingly. I can't believe how big and healthy this one is. I mean, like, yeah, this one's probably, this one or this one are probably the two healthiest. And I harvested 3 tomatoes off of this one. I got a total of 7, but I don't remember where they all came from. This one has a ton of tomatoes on it. It is honestly very impressive, but they're not ready yet. But it is doing very well for not looking like it's doing that good. And then there's 2 more little tomato plants over here among all of the plants that I honestly need to remove, but I'm not going to because they seem to be not minding them. But yeah, these 2 are also doing good. There are some tomatoes down there, but I'm gonna assume that the bugs are gonna get to them, so we'll see if those will be savable. And then we have the pumpkin plant, which again is quite massive and growing very, very well. It does have a flower on it, so we might maybe get a pumpkin again. I don't know, as long as the bugs don't get to it, which I didn't see any on it when I was out here earlier spraying for the bugs. So I think maybe it's working and keeping them off of the plant, so that's very good. And yeah, it's definitely getting quite large. It does not want to climb, which is kind of annoying, but I'm just kind of gonna help it go along the edge of the garden. Since it doesn't want to climb, that'll be perfectly fine for this year. But yeah, we might get a pumpkin, maybe. There is a chance. Enjoy the cold. All the fall leaves are really fun.
Now I will do what I was planning on doing earlier today. So, I noticed when I was practicing yoga for the morning, that these little ones have not grown really much at all this year. And they have been in water now. I have had this one for 6 years, I believe, somewhere around there. Quite a while. This one I've had for 3 or 4 years. And this one is possibly a propagation, but it never grew any roots. So
I don't know if it's necessarily alive or if it's just kind of still green, but because they aren't really growing at all this year, I mean, like, they look exactly the same as they did at the beginning of the year as they do now, I am going to put them, they live in water, and I am going to put them, I believe, in soil and see how they do. I'm going to put all of them into the same container, and we'll see, because the petunias are doing so much better. I think that these guys also will. I don't know. I really need to get more soil. This is how much we have left in here. So I think this is probably going to take the rest of it. That's not a bad thing, because then I'll be able to like completely wash this container out before I put new in. So that'll be a good thing. They've got to do better in here, because yeah, they're just not growing. It's quite sad. I'm gonna have to support this little one somehow, because it is so tall and it's in such a tiny container, but we will figure it out. I don't want to put them in a bigger container. This one actually has quite good roots. I don't know. Oh, by the way, if you don't like roots, I am so sorry. I didn't warn you beforehand, but yeah, I am showing roots, but this one does have very healthy roots, so that one should be okay in the soil, I hope. And this one, I have no idea. I'm just gonna put it in here just in case. It might be alive. I don't know. It probably isn't, but maybe it will be now that it's in soil. Oh my, we might actually have some more soil still left over after this. All right, let me get these little ones some water and see if I can add just a little bit more soil on top, because there is like barely anything left. All right, guys, let's see. Actually holding them in better than I thought that it would, so that's exciting. The one tall one is still a little bit not secure, but it's better than I thought. So I think it just leaning against the window should be enough support so that the container won't fall over. We'll find out. That, I believe, is going to do it for that container of dirt. I am officially out of soil. I mean, there's a little bit left that I couldn't get out, but otherwise I'm officially out, and hopefully these little ones do better in soil. I just figured, because the petunias are doing so much better in soil, that maybe these guys would too, like the petunias. They just weren't enjoying it. And I can feed them now that they're in soil a bit more regularly, like, you know how I do every other week with all the other plants in soil. Because they didn't like being fed in the water, so I never gave them any plant food, just tap water. So hopefully this will help them, and I am amazed that the one in the center is actually standing up. That is honestly very impressive. I don't know if Lucky Bamboo does well in soil. I probably should have looked that up before I did this, but it's too late now. I can always put them back in soil if they look like they're really not doing well. But I'm gonna go put these guys in the sunshine and also give them just a little bit more water. But I'm gonna go put these guys back in the windowsill where they were before, and then I will probably get to knitting next. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bit darker so that way you'll be able to see the lights behind me. So a couple of things. It is much later now, and hopefully you can see the lights back there, but I need to change their batteries so they're a little bit less bright than they have been. Unfortunately, I have them on a lot, so it's no surprise that the batteries need to be changed. And also I've had them out since the beginning of September, so it's been a month. Hopefully I'll remember to do that tomorrow. But also I have already knit one row of the blanket too, but what I wanted to say is I was kind of like, after the fact, I thought it was hilarious. I was trying to water, are they even in frame? I don't know where they are, but the marigolds back there needed some water, and I wanted to water them with the little cup that I use, and I was roaming around my room for an embarrassingly long amount of time, like 5 minutes. So not like a super long amount of time, but it was longer than it should have been, trying to find the water cup that I use to water my plants. It's in the middle of the room. I didn't look on the floor. I was looking on all the shelves and like all the bookshelves, because I don't know where I put things. It could have been anywhere. I looked like where it should have been, like put away in that cupboard. I was looking everywhere and I couldn't find it anywhere, and it's right there in the middle of the room. So yeah, that was kind of annoying. And no, I did not end up watering the marigolds with that cup. I just picked them up and watered them just straight underneath the sink. So because I gave up, and then I sat down here and I saw it behind me. So I was just like, oh man, it was right there. Okay. I have already knit the first row because it is orange again today and I don't need to change the yarn color. And so far, because it has been like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours now since I, might have been maybe a little bit more than that. I don't know. It's been quite a while since I repotted or I guess moved the Lucky Bamboo into the soil. And they are over here, by the way, because there was a little bit better sunlight for them in here for today. The tall one is standing up on its own. It's not leaning against the window. It is just standing on its own. The container is steady. It doesn't feel like it's gonna tip over at all. So I think that is probably a very good sign that they're gonna be okay, and at least I'm gonna take it as a good sign that they're gonna be okay in the soil. I really, really hope that they are, because those little guys I have had for, as I said, a very long time, and they just, I don't know, I think they could be happier than they are currently, and I want them to be as healthy as possible. And right now they're just kind of surviving, so they're not really doing that great. So hopefully, like the petunias, now that they're in soil, they will do much better. But I'm still obviously nervous about moving them, because you never know what the plant is going to be like, if they're going to like the soil or even the change at all. I will keep you updated, because yeah, those little ones I've had for a long time, and if anything happens, I will be honestly quite upset. But besides that, I went outside, as you saw, and checked the garden, and I completely forgot because I got distracted by all the tomatoes that were ready. There were another 7 that I harvested today, and I also needed to spray the like bug deterrent stuff on the pumpkin plant, which also seems to be working, because I didn't necessarily see any of those bugs that are eating the flowers, but I'm sure they're still there. And the tomatoes didn't have as many bugs on them either, so I think it's just helping the entire garden. It's so interesting how all summer and spring there haven't been any bugs. This is the first time that I have needed to treat for bugs in the garden all year, when you would think that there would have been more, definitely more in the spring, but apparently not. I have no idea why there weren't any bugs. I was super grateful for it. I mean, actually, you know what? I think I know why. There aren't any wasps over there anymore, so they must have moved. That's very interesting, because I know that's what was keeping the bugs away, because wasps are, you know, very good for the garden. So yeah, I bet because they're not there anymore, the other bugs have moved in. That's interesting. Yeah, because every time I go over to the garden, I can just like go into the garden without any worry about the wasp being there. Sometimes there's, you know, a bee or something around, but even those haven't really been there as much. Well, that is very annoying and very interesting. I don't know how wasps do things. I don't know, like, if they travel south for the winter, or if they like hibernate or anything. Like when it starts to get cooler, they head to like a place to build a nest or whatever. I have no idea, but it's just interesting that they're not by the garden anymore. And my little, because I have to, update for Animal Crossing today. I did play a little bit, and I am adding a bridge where Mitzi's house used to be, so that will be very nice. And I moved Ione's house, not to its permanent location, just to get it out of the way for a minute, and then I will figure out where I'm putting all the houses. But right now I'm still focusing on the bridges, and the inclines definitely need to be redone, because those are in terrible places right now. And I think that's really all I did today. Yeah, that's all I did today. I did go diving for a little bit because I felt like playing for a little bit longer. So I didn't play Animal Crossing for very long, but it was very productive. I am all done knitting the blanket for today, and this is what it looks like up close, a new little row of orange. I might actually need I don't remember how many balls of orange I have gotten. I think this is the 3rd one. I might need another one, so not like anytime soon. Hopefully I won't. Hopefully this will last through fall until winter, but
Yeah, it's very interesting how much of the orange we have used on this blanket. And also, this is what all of it is looking like for the year so far. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. And as for tomorrow, I would like to hopefully get to, I think probably Home Depot, to get some more dirt because I make it my own. I don't just get a bag of soil for the plants. I get coconut coir, like the dehydrated brick things, and a bag of sand, and I mix that together. I like to get some of that because I have none and I never know when I'm gonna need some. Probably soon, honestly, because the petunias are already almost outgrowing their little containers. Like the one that I put in there first, its roots are taking up the entire thing, so I would like to move it to a slightly bigger container here shortly. But besides that, I don't know what I'm going to be doing yet. But as for today, I hope you had a good day today no matter what you did. If it's a lot or a little, it doesn't matter. I just hope you had a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye! I'll see you later.